I'm bored, let's watch Melonie Mac. Alright, so the title of this video is Why I Don't Buy Gay Video Games. Now here's the thing, I can't think of any major video game that I have played in the last 20 years that the focus has been like a gay-centric character or storyline or anything like that. I can't think of one. Now, I know there's some indie games that are, and there are some smaller studios that make these kinds of games, but overall, like the bigger games, the ones you see coming out for like consoles and stuff, I can't think of any games that cover enough gay stuff to be considered a gay video game. So let's hear what she has to say about it. I'm sure it's going to be very enlightening. It's just the reality is it's just going to be some Goonergate stuff, some of this neo-Christian nonsense. But let's suffer together.
In light of all this stuff going on with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 right now, with all the gay crap that's in the game and stuff.
All the gay crap that's in the game. You mean an optional thing that you can do as a player in an RPG? Just like the real world. So basically, they're upset that a game is allowing players to make choices like a person could make in the real world. Just understand that. It is an RPG. These are optional things. Nothing in that game forces you to do anything that is considered gay or bisexual or anything like that. There's nothing like that. It's literally all optional stuff. But let's continue.
Some people are not buying it, and there's some backlash with that. I kind of want to just shed light on why I don't buy gay games. So,
something that no one cares about. It's a single-player game. It's a single-player game. So you don't have to buy it if you don't want to, and you can pick any reason you want. I'm not disputing that. You can literally choose not to buy a game because the cover art is blue and you don't like the color blue. Literally, you can do that. But the problem here is that when you're choosing not to do it and you have to make a 10-minute video doing what you're doing right now, you're not sort of expressing how you feel about this game as an individual person. What you are doing is you are virtue signaling to your followers, to the people that watch your channel, in an effort to get them to emotionally connect with you so you can appeal to them with whatever you're going to say. And by doing that, in turn, you can get them to also not support the game, not support some of these causes. I can almost guarantee, and I haven't watched this video, I can almost guarantee in this video, you're going to say things and do things in order to try and get your viewers to understand why they shouldn't be buying and supporting this game. Let's continue.
So I know like the director or something is claiming that there is that we're calling for a boycott. And it's like, bro, I'm not calling for a boycott. I'm just not buying your gay game.
Then don't. If you're not calling for a boycott, there's no reason for you publicly to make a video like this. There's no reason. You can't convince me that there is any reason under the sun why you would have to make this kind of video if it were not for the fact that you wanted other people to also not buy the game.
I really have no interest in it anyway, so that's just my perspective, but especially not with it being a gay game. But I already have a policy now, or I don't buy gay games.
So explain what a gay game is. What is a gay game? The game is not made for gay people. It's made for anybody that wants to buy it. Everything in it's optional. What is a gay game? What would be a gay game? Is it a game where you have like one random NPC that is gay, so that makes the whole game gay? Is that what that is? This is brain rot. I say this a lot. This is brain rot. It is her being media illiterate on purpose. This is dumbing down. You're dumbing down yourself for your audience in order to create your narrative.
Like, if games have gay fornication scenes in them, I don't buy them. Same with, like, Baldur's Gate 3. I've been very vocal about that with you guys. Like, yeah, it looks like a fantastic game, but I refuse to buy it. And then people say, well, it's optional. You don't have to do it. Well, it's still a gay game that has gay porn in it. Like,
okay, so do you not want to exist in the world with gay people? Because people have the option to do things? So if we're in a room together and we're going to the same movie, would you boycott that movie because I am in the theater with you watching it as a gay person? This is so performative. It's so fucking performative. Anyway, let's continue.
Like, let's be real. Can we just be unfiltered for a minute and call it for what it is? You have an animation of characters fornicating with each other. That is porn.
So, again, as I said at the very start of this video, this is Goonergate shit. So it's not even about the gay stuff. The gay stuff. It is about the animation of adult activities in a video game that is made for adults. Let that sink in for a minute. This is about you playing an RPG as a person, playing an RPG. You want to take your character, you want to do something in that game, and she's telling you that she's not supporting the game because you can do these optional things. Congratulations. What about violence, though? Are you okay with animated decapitations of people's heads? Are you okay with animations of people being shot up? Are those things okay? Do you only create and cherry pick the things that you want to be upset about? Again, you can choose whatever reason you want. However it works in your tiny peanut brain, you can choose whatever reason it is you want that you don't want to buy something. But to try and validate it on some sort of moral or ethical reason, when you are willing to overlook those other moral and ethical things in other cases, means that you're a hypocrite. This is neo-Christian bullshit that we're seeing with media right now.
That is porn. Okay, just because you might can find some more hardcore stuff on the internet doesn't change the fact that that is porn. So I will not be funding games that have porn in them.
So I thought it was gay games, but now you're saying it's games that have sexual stuff included in it. So you're not going to buy gay games, but now it's just the fact that it has adult shit in it. Okay, cool. So why did you title the video, I don't buy gay games? Because what you're suggesting here is that you would not buy it if there were sexual activity, I guess, from anybody in the game. So it's not specifically quote unquote gay games. Okay.
It's not a difficult concept. Now somebody say, well, what about the straight stuff? Like, I don't want to fund any games that have that crap in it. I'm over it. I used to have a higher tolerance for stuff. When I played like The Witcher 3.
Okay, so it's confirmed that your title does not reflect what your actual video is about. It's not that you don't want to play gay games, which I'm sure that that's what you want your audience to click on it for, but it's Goonergate shit. It's anti-adult content shit. And this is why I said you guys let these folks in. You let her in. You let JDA in. You let Razorfist in. You let these people into your community, and now you're having to deal with this. You should have stopped this a long time ago. If you would have just listened to us when we were saying this was a problem with the way they wanted censorship, if you would have just listened to us on this, we would be in a different situation right now.
3, for example, I didn't do any of those optional romance scenes. When I played Fable, even Dragon Age Origins, things like that, I didn't do those scenes. But regardless, that's definitely not something that I want to even play a game that has those options in them at all. So can we unpack for a minute why they're even putting a lot of this gate crap in games? It's to normalize it.
Well, you just said a second ago that you don't care if it was straight stuff. You wouldn't like it anyway. You wouldn't support it anyway. So now you're back to the anti-gay shit. So is it the gay stuff or is it the adult content? Because if you're back to the gay shit again, if you're back to that, then you're just once again trying to scream and virtue signal to your viewers who already don't like gay people. And it doesn't reflect the actual issue you have with games. Let's go back here.
Regardless, that's definitely not something that I want to even play a game that has those options in them at all. So can we unpack for a minute why they're even putting a lot of this gate crap in games? It's to normalize it. This is all demonic, perverted, gross ideology, and this is to normalize it. They put this stuff in movies, in music, in TV shows, and now in video games, because guess what? It normalizes it.
So is the accusation now that someone that made the game that isn't connected to any major backers, like it used to be the whole BlackRock DEI stuff, that was what you had, this mysterious, like nebulous background situation where these companies were coming in and telling people to put it in games. But now you're saying that a creator of a game, somebody that made the game themselves, somehow now they are doing it individually to normal. So you're saying that that is the agenda of the individual person that created the story for the game. So that's what you're saying now. Remember, I just said this a week ago, that the anti-DEI, anti-gay stuff would not stop even when DEI goes away, even when wokeness goes away, because this is the next level. This is why a lot of these folks, the ones that I mentioned before, this like neo-Christian Goonergate group, this is why these guys are doing what they're doing, because they're setting the stage for the next level of complaining. And the next level of complaining is no longer DEI. Now the next level is to eliminate freedoms that people have. And if you think they're going to stop with gay people, guess what? They are not. You're hearing it here in her video. It's seeping in to what she's doing. She's already started with the Goonergate stuff, but it's seeping in here. If you do not stand up and push back against censorship of gay people in games, in optional RPG games, then you are going to have these people, once they push through that, they're coming after everybody else. It is no longer hypothetical. It is now absolutely 100% confirmed. Because now they're saying DEI and woke is going away, but they're still complaining about it when individual people writing games that have no connection to that stuff at all are doing it. So that was never the issue. And I said it was never the issue. I'm one of the people that was like, this is not the problem. This is all smoke and mirrors. And I'm just, once again, being proven right on all of this.
Look at what happened and how society went downhill dramatically after gay marriage was legalized. It's a reality. People don't have to like it. People can call me.
And where's the proof of this? So how did gay marriage affect straight marriage? How? How did it? Are you going to provide some sort of source for this? Or are you just going to say it on camera to a bunch of your brain dead fans? This is why I hate this shit. If you wanted to pull up some numbers or use some sort of study that was done or something like that, it would be easy for us to go, okay, let's have a conversation and look at some of this stuff. But the reality is there is no study, there is no proof. You're literally making it up. It is just not true. Full stop.
Me a bigot, I don't care. We see how this perversion just ruins society. So if a game is perverted.
Didn't you guys just get a huge win? Didn't you get it? Like literally everything that you guys asked for when it comes to elections and all that, didn't you guys just get a huge win? So is society ruined or not? Is it ruined or not? So now you have everything in place that you wanted politically and socially, and DEI is going away, wokeness is going away. So now that that has happened, now you're moving on to people in your own bubbles. This gay thing, it's paper thin. I'm telling you guys, it is paper thin. If you let people like this continue to do this stuff, you are next. You're literally next.
I'm not gonna buy it. Don't want it. Some people want to argue and say, well, you'll play a game that has killing in it. Well, games that have killing in it aren't glorifying that those killings are acting like it's okay for the player to kill. Or
that is a coat. It's also completely wrong. There are lots of games that glorify killing. There's lots of them. If you play a protagonist that is killing people and you are the hero of the story, then it is glorifying what you're doing. And that's okay because it's a fucking video game. This is her coping and seething. She's trying to come up with excuses for why she is willing to cherry pick certain things and ignore other things. Don't let her do it. It's bullshit.
Don't want it. Some people want to argue and say, well, you'll play a game that has killing in it. Well, games that have killing in it aren't glorifying those killings.
You're a liar.
It's okay for the player to kill. Are they?
You're a liar.
And if they are, I won't play those types of games. Like, I can't think of any game that says murder is okay.
Literally, most AAA games have murder in it, and it's just okay. Are you fucking serious? This is not a serious person. You can no longer take her seriously as a gaming commentator if she's saying this to you. That is literally a lie. It is literally a lie. Whenever you play a game where you're going around casting magic and you kill an evil wizard, you are given credit for that in a positive way. This isn't something that you don't get locked up in jail in the game. You don't go to court in the game. You are literally a hero for doing it. So she is a liar. She's a liar.
Or any game that wants to normalize and make people act on their desires to murder. I don't know of any of that, or whether they want them to act on it or...
I don't know of any game that's full of gay shit. There's no game full of gay shit. Like, you are making it seem like there's a million video games that are full of gay things in it, but literally almost every video game is violent. But that's okay. That's okay. But the 5, 10, maybe 15% of games that have gay stuff in it, not good. Not good at all.
To accept it as okay. Games don't do that. Be for real for once in your freaking life, man. Okay? Because look at these games that do have the gay stuff in it. A lot of times the people on there have people on their team who, because the gaming industry has been infected and infested with a bunch of queer ideologues, right?
Weren't you guys the ones cheering on the creator of Kingdom Come? Wasn't he one of your people before? Weren't you cheering him on before? And then all of a sudden you found out there's optional romance in the game, and now he's some sort of like queer ideologue. Do you understand how fucking stupid that is? And anybody that's watching this, a fan of Melonie Mac, do you not realize what she is doing here? Do you not see what she is doing? She is lying to you and taking advantage of your intelligence. She's insulting your intelligence. Don't let her do this to you.
So they are infested with people who are activists more than they're gamers, and they want to.
The director, the creative team behind Kingdom Come are not activists. They're not. I've not seen one bit of evidence that shows me that any of those are queer ideological activists. I've not seen it. So that's a lie.
Normalize this stuff in society. So what's one way they can do that? By adding their degeneracy into video games, adding this degeneracy into movies, into music, TV shows, blah, blah, blah. This is all orchestrated.
So we went from why you don't buy video games to you sort of on your soapbox about movies and TV shows. Can you stay on topic? It's almost like you got to go above and beyond whatever it is you're talking about to prove your point, because you don't have enough intelligence to focus on what you're talking about. And you also know that you don't have enough context or actual evidence of anything you're saying to form a thought around that particular narrative. So you've got to go above and beyond.
From Satan, I made a video years ago called Woke Ideology is Satanic.
So again, woke and DEI is supposedly gone away, but I guess we're still talking about it now in a game made by somebody that was considered anti-woke a few months ago. Okay, great.
Because it is, right? It's all from Satan. It is all counter to the Bible and all this stuff. And so people can call this mean of me or whatever to say these things.
Well, it's not even being mean. It's just you're stupid. You're just dumb. Nobody has to adhere their life to the fucking Bible. You are free to not buy a video game, just like we should be free to make the games we want to make. It's really that simple. It really is that simple.
But you know what? I would rather people think I'm mean than go on supporting what is destroying society.
Right. A random video game where you have an optional romance is destroying society. Let's be serious here. Let's be real here. You're here on my video watching me react to this. Let's be real here. That is a fallacy. That is not a real thing. It's just not. We're sitting here in a situation where she's making it seem like this one game and any game that has optional stuff in it is destroying society. This is Satanic Panic 101. That's all this is.
I'm over it. They manipulated a lot of us into supporting a lot of this stuff through our empathy. Well, not anymore. I've had enough. So I don't care if a game has optional gay fornication in it. Even if it's optional, I'm not playing it because I'm not going to fund a game to just continue to put perversion in other games.
Well, you said earlier that it wasn't just the gay stuff, but you're flip-flopping on this issue. Is it the sexual content that you have an issue with or the gay stuff? Which one is it? Because one of them covers both. The other one is sort of bigoted. It's a bigoted like virtue signal is what it is. And you know that your fans will tip you and give you money for saying this stuff. So it really, to me, there's no reason for you to distinguish the two things if you could just cover it under one. You could say why I don't buy sexual video games. And that would cover all of this. And then you could talk about this and probably make a bigger point that way instead of trying to make it so specifically about the gay stuff.
That is just destroying society and rotting the brains of those who are partaking in that.
Oh, you are the poster child for brain rot. You are on the brain rot train. You are the conductor on the train of going to hell with brain rot. That's you. It's not everybody else. It's you. You are part of the stupidest cabal of creators on YouTube. You literally are full of just the dumbest group of people.
And I'm a Christian. The Bible tells me to be excellent at what is good and innocent of evil. So if something has evil in it, I do not need to be putting that in front of my eyes. So
Awesome.
I won't support it. So people can grab boy.
So you won't put it in front of your eyes, but you will make videos showing scenes, cut scenes from it, right? You'll make videos showing cut scenes, showing pictures of stuff, all kinds of things that you think are wrong for you to look at. You will talk about on YouTube, put all of that up for YouTube for people to see, right? So that kids could stumble upon it because your content is free. They would have to pay for these games, but you're offering it to them for free. So please explain to me where that morality is. If you were simply not buying it or being a part of it, you would not even give it a moment of your breath, because that would be against what you believe, according to what you're saying in this video. But you make video after video after video showing things that you say are not good for Christians to be looking at or watching while you are looking and watching it. So, I mean, it's just a lie. You're just a liar.
Boycott all they want. It's like, at the end of the day, grown people can play whatever they want to play, but...
Right. And that's it. That's all, like, that's why this video is unnecessary. Let's play this again. Say it again for the people in the back row, the ones who have listened to this whole video. Say it again for the back row. So here we go. Say it again.
It's like, at the end of the day, grown people can play whatever they want to play, but...
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. That's it. End of discussion. End of topic. If a game is rated M for mature and it's made for 18 plus, whatever that rating is, whatever the highest rating is, if it is made for those group of people to play it, then it does not matter what you think, because everyone as an adult should be free to do whatever they want, whether you like it or I like it or we both don't like it. That's just the reality of it. You are arguing for censorship and oppression of free speech and freedom of expression.
But I'm not playing it, and I'm not
Great.
buying it. I'm not
You don't have
playing
to.
it, and this is why. Because it's perverted, and I don't want that stuff to be...
You've said it like 4 times now. We get it. So what, I mean, are you going to add more to this? Are you going to add more to this? Because right now you're just repeating yourself. We're spinning our wheels here because you don't have anything else to add for this conversation. This could have been a 3-minute short.
Normalize this society anymore. It's time to can we stop? And look at what...
So are you asking for a boycott or not? Because I'm a little bit confused. If you're saying that you personally don't want to play it, that's fine. You don't have to. I'm never going to say that you have to do that. But if you're saying, can we stop, tells me that you're asking people to not engage with this and for stuff to not be made. So is it a boycott or is it not a boycott? Because you're giving conflicting thoughts right now in your video. And that's probably because you are a very annoying, unintelligent person.
It happened with a lot of games in recent years that have been uglifying female characters. And I've said this, the uglification of female characters lately has been with the intent of blurring the lines between male and female so that it can normalize transgender ideology.
So you got there, wait. So do you want attractive women in games or not? See, this is the, how do you get here from there? If you're a fan of Melonie Mac, in the comments, please tell me how you get here from there. So you don't want sexual, lustful stuff in games, whether it's gay or straight, but you also believe that making women unattractive in games is some sort of like trans ideology thing, even though you've argued before that women should be attractive in games so that people will want to look at pretty characters in games, which in turn would be lustful. You're talking in circles. You're talking in circles.
I have an entire video on that I made, I don't know, several
No
months
one
ago.
cares. You're dumb.
Look at it with even when those, the alleged person who worked at Naughty Dog with The Last of Us 2, going on, like there was an interview that's been practically scrubbed from the internet. You have to go into like archive.org to even look at it, where they said, oh, why did you change the female characters to look more androgynous or to make their bodies less feminine? It was, oh, well, we want our transgender fans to feel more included, right? So there's a concerted effort.
Right. So that one thing led you to a concerted effort from everybody to do this because one person said it.
To insert and look at all the funding that's been going on with USAID and all that stuff. There's a
USAID goes outside the United States. So, and I don't believe USAID is being used for funding projects like, I don't know, Kingdom Come or anything like that. Unless you have some proof of that, then I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Concerted effort to normalize this perversion in society. And to, honestly, this also recruits other people into these perversions. And yeah, so they want to make to where when we look at a man pretending to be a woman, which is obviously not a woman, but if in these games you look at it enough and you see enough that, oh, look, this is a character who's female, but she looks kind of like a dude. If they do that enough, they're going to desensitize people, especially when they encourage people not to go out and touch grass and look at the real world. So whenever they do see a man in a wig and makeup, they're going to think, oh, okay, well, that's a, you know, that's a woman. Like they're going to have a harder time differentiating.
I've said this before, but you need professional help. You need you need someone. There's a lot of helplines you can call There needs to be an intervention or something. You need professional help, because you're saying that seeing this stuff constantly will change people. They'll change how people view things, right? But you yourself watch and cover this stuff all the time. You yourself have said in the past that you support these things. Before all of this quote unquote brainwashing started, you were supporting gay people and trans people. So how did that happen? Did you come to that conclusion on your own, or were you brainwashed in the future and then sent back in time to be a supporter of queer people? You need professional help.
Dating between the two, because this has been normalized, and they have normalized it through our entertainment and through video games and so on and so forth. So same with all the gay stuff. They're normalizing it. They're trying to act like this is okay. And you know what? Whenever they did the whole Trojan horse of love is love, that's all it is, just let people love who they want. Well, then, yeah, then you feel like the bad guy when you're like, no. But at the end of the day, it's perversion. It's against God's design. God made women for men. And I mean, that's just what the Bible says. And so by me sticking with.
So we're back to like God made women for men, but in video games, if a man and a woman are together, that's perversion and that's bad. Even if it's a man and a woman together, because it's ruining society and making people turn women ugly to make them think that ugly cis women are trans women, because there's a trans ideology trying to change people's minds into feeling like they should like trans women, because that would be bad because God made women for men.
With my biblical values and principles, I'm not going to support anything that is a perversion to God's word. And so I'm not going to be buying games that have gay fornication in them. Even if you don't have to do it, don't care. Don't care if I'm going to miss out on a great game. Not doing it. Not going to participate and fund even more of this perversion and everything going on. So it's really quite simple.
It's really quite simple. After she takes you through like the meme you see of like the woman looking at the numbers on the screen, it's really quite simple. Here's a whiteboard with all of these like pieces of yarn pinned to like 25,000 different conspiracy theories and just line drawn to line, this line to line like that. It's really quite simple. I don't really understand, like, if it's so simple, why is it that none of your stances line up with each other? Why is that the situation? Like, why are you Goonergate if you believe that women were created for men and that's why they were put on this earth, but then you have an issue with men when they objectify women, if women were created for men?
It's quite simple. So, hey, if you do buy the game, you're buying a gay game. If you're fine with buying a gay game, hey, that's your prerogative, but you're buying a gay game. It's gay.
So you are calling for a boycott of the game. So what you did here at the beginning is you weren't boycotting it. You were just telling us why you weren't getting the game. But then you've laid out a lot of really bad arguments for why people shouldn't buy the game, ultimately leading to destruction of society. But if you buy the game, you're buying a gay game. But you shouldn't, because we shouldn't have these games out there for people to buy. So you are calling for a boycott of the game?
So I'm not playing gay games. I'm not buying gay games, period. I don't like to play games. And moving forward, I don't even want to buy games that have fornication in them at all. Like, it's just like, what happened to video games just being video games, where we focus on like slaying a dragon and saving the princess and crap like that. Now,
well, I mean, weren't you just advocating for Stellar Blade last year? Weren't you advocating for like more boobs and ass in that game? Aren't you always mad when Lara Croft doesn't look super cute and sexy? I mean, you keep changing your mind about everything. It's hard to keep up with somebody that clearly needs professional help.
Now games, you got to add all this porn into games? I don't think so. I don't want that.
Okay.
Like, it's a video game.
Yeah, cool.
Why does it have to have porn in it?
I mean, why do you not have to have porn in it? If it's a game made for adults, what difference does it make to you? You understand the concept of not buying something that you want to play. So you make a 10-minute video coping about people that do want to play those games. You make a 10-minute video complaining that other people have access to games that you don't want to play, because you believe in all of these weird conspiracy theories that you have no proof of whatsoever. You do understand how wacky that sounds. Sounds like you're out of your mind. As usual.
You got one side that wants to add gay porn, and you got the other side that wants to add straight porn. I just don't want porn in video games. Like, I'm not playing pornographic video games. I'm not.
And you don't have to. I want to reiterate that. You don't have to. But that content should be available for people that do want it, as long as they're not breaking any laws. I stand by that. And that'll be my opinion about even people that I disagree with. That's my opinion about it. So, great. You understand the concept of not having to support something. But that's not what you're doing in this video.
So this is why I like to play a lot of my older games. So I play a lot of remasters. So I play the Tomb Raider, things like that. It's like, let me play a game where I get to play as a cool character that is beating up that is killing dinosaurs and getting artifacts as this really cool, beautiful main character. Not a game that freaking is throwing gay fornication scenes or any fornication scene. Don't want to see it. So anyway, that's my perspective on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. As always, if you want me to read the Bible to you, you can check out my Bible channel at Bible Time with Melonie Mac. Thank you all again. I'll catch you next time. In the meantime, go boom.
Okay. I've already kept you guys for a long time. It's like a 30-minute video. But she's very frustrating because it's really hard listening to someone as ignorant and stupid and grifty as Melonie Mac, who is probably the queen neo-Christian, like anti-Gooner Gate grifter. She's got a space where she understands what her audience wants her to do, and then she's just going to keep doing it. And I look, I'm not saying this as a joke. I'm not saying this as shade or whatever. I truly believe that Melonie Mac needs some sort of professional help. That's my honest opinion. And it's not me saying that like I want something to be wrong. I'm saying that something seems off with all of these videos. And this is just another one where she seems to think she's making a lot of sense, but she's not. And that cannot be the normal state for a human being. So Melonie Mac, I totally support that you don't want to buy games that you don't want to buy, but saying you're not asking people to boycott it, but then spending the majority of this video saying all of these awful things about people involved with making the games, people who are in the games, storylines, people that enjoy things as adults, and then saying at the end that this is going to lead to the downfall of society because of all this ideology, you are absolutely calling for a boycott of the game.